And welcome to Assembly Update. I'm Ted Flint. Joining us today, Assemblyman Michael Novikov, who serves the 45th Assembly District, which includes Kings County. Assemblyman Novikov, good to see you.
Ted, good to see you as always.
We're going to talk about a couple of issues, and one of which involves the mayor's wife, Mayor Mamdani's wife, having different social media accounts. Has a different one today than she did when she was younger, and she posted some provocative statements on that old account. Your reaction?
Mayor Mamdani still surprises us. I'm looking forward to see what else is going to come out.
Yeah.
I understand he's protecting his wife, saying that she is not, an official. But hey, you are the wife, and he said that she's the love of his life, which we respect. However, when the love of your life is pro-terrorist, pro-Hamas, and likes when a terrorist group kills people, it doesn't matter, what relationship you are with this nation. You like this nation, or you don't like this, or you dislike this nation, or what do you think of Israel? Of what do you think of the situation in the Middle East, or if you think that Palestine should be from the river to the sea? We're talking about killing 1,250 people, including small children, including babies, including the elderly. I mean, how the hell you can like this? Who are you if you like this stuff? I mean, what kind of person you are? And what again? There's nothing surprising in that, but I'm still kind of looking at if the Democrats would condemn this. They're not. Ted, they're not condemning this. This is and like, how could you stay silent? But they ignore this. They pretend it's nothing. And take a look at the I didn't read the article at the time in the Times. I'll be honest with you, I don't read the Times for the last for many years. I would say I prefer more centrists or right media. I think that, for example, Wall Street Journal is a very balanced media. But look at the media that always with Democrats. Look at the left leaning media. They're not discussing it like like it doesn't exist, you know. And this is such a hypocrisy, because if something like that would happen to the right, right? Oh my God, they would make such a story about it, right? It's double standard. Exactly. Exactly. So shame on people who do not condemn. And I understand why they do not condemn, because uh, Mayor Mamdani, is today's leader of the Democratic Party in New York State. I think he has more power than Governor Hochul does. Right. So why, if you're a Democrat and you're condemning something that Mamdani did or his wife did, you're kind of confronting with Mamdani. But we are, for Christ's sake, we're human beings. How could you not condemn killings of people? It's that simple, Ted. It's that simple.
And she is the first lady of New York City. She's the first
Yeah,
lady. And
yeah,
I'll give you a
yeah.
couple of examples here from today's New York Post. On her Tumblr account, she hailed Palestinian plane hijacker Layla Khalid and other members of the terror group Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine. In December 2015, she reposted and blamed white people for the creation of Al Qaeda. You can't blame Muslims for terrorism because they didn't construct, fund, nor train Al Qaeda. White people did that. Again,
Ted, I
crickets.
don't know how to comment that.
Yeah.
This trend of blaming white people for everything, it's just another example of inciting hatred
Right.
between white people, black people, Asian people. We're all the same. So
And
we're not trying to blame, right? We're not trying to blame, let's say, the whole Arab world. There are so many great people in the Arab world. There's so many great people in the Muslim world, right?
hmm
So we're not blaming the whole nation or the whole race in something. And I think this is such an ugly and such a disrespectful idea of blaming a race for a
right.
white race, white people. What are you talking about?
It's evil.
It's civil.
Yeah.
This is pure evil,
Yeah,
100%.
for sure. Let's talk about a homeless shelter on Coyle Street in southern Brooklyn. There's been some trouble there, corruption. The New York City Department of Homeless Services is at the center of this situation. Why don't you, Phyllis, give us some background on this?
So, Coyle Street and Avenue U, this is outside of my district, about 10 blocks from my district, but it reflects on the whole community and the whole neighborhood. A few years ago, the city promised to build an affordable housing at this spot. And nobody's against affordable housing, right? We all understand we need affordable housing.
Sure.
However, some kind of a bait and switch happened, and at the end, they decided to build the shelter for the homeless, which the community is extremely against, and I understand why. Because, like, first of all, you worked all your life, and it's a big immigrant community, people from Asia, a lot of Chinese, Russians, Russian Jews, the Jewish Orthodox Jewish community, and we worked hard all our life to buy a real estate, to buy a house.
Right.
And then someone makes a decision to build a shelter next to my house, which is going to drive prices for my real estate down drastically. Why? Is it fair to me? No. That's not like. Another problem is, listen, we all understand homeless shelter it's not the best place to raise kids next to homeless shelter, right? Homeless
Right.
shelters have a lot of issues and problems, a lot of issues and
Sure.
problems. And I think that the whole system is broken, but I'll talk about it a bit later. So coming back to Coyle Street, so they basically lied to us that they want to build affordable housing there. Now the company that does the construction appeared they didn't have a digging license, and now there is a gas leak because they digged something
Oh,
without
boy.
a permit. Without a permit. Now there's a gas leak. Moreover, there's no supervisor in sight. There's no safety supervisor in sight. And the wall that they built, like the back wall that they built, has a risk of collapsing. So, it's not just so it became a bigger issue now. And it started, let's be fair, it started when Mayor Adams was the mayor of New York City. But now this is, this is kind of a Mamdani's problem because, well, first of all, I think that the mayor have to come to the community and talk to the community and see for himself what's going on there. He is the mayor. He's managing those agencies. So those
Right.
agencies should be responsible for what's going on. The agency for the building agency, the agency for the construction. Like and when I was at the press conference there, I asked a very simple question: Would Mayor Mamdani like something like that to be built next to Gracie Mansion?
Exactly.
A shelter, homeless shelter next to Gracie Mansion, a gas leak because the company digged without a permit next to Gracie Mansion, and a collapsing wall next to mayor's bedroom, let's say, right? because people have their bedrooms there.
Yeah.
Would the mayor agree on that? I doubt that. I doubt that very much. And just talking about the and thank you so much, by the way. Thank you so much to Senator Stephen Chan for doing a stop work order. So there's a stop work order as of now until the further investigation. Also, the whole system is completely broken. I mean, if you read the Post, there was an article recently, a few days ago, I believe, that what's the average New York City spends on a homeless person? It is over $80,000 a year.
I saw that. Yes. Yep.
Over $80,000 a year. I mean, what the agency does for $80,000 a year, it seems like they're not interested to have less homeless. They're interested to have more homeless people, because the more homeless there are, the more money they're getting.
That's it. It's lucrative.
The agency, right?
Right.
So, in my opinion, it's not an easy task. I mean, to fight homelessness is not an easy task. But let's remember where it started and when it started. It started in the 70s when the mental institutions were closed because they were called like evil. You can't keep people in mental institutions. So they became homeless. Now, when I have to give Mayor Adams a credit when he had an idea to take homeless people, because 90% of the homeless have mental issues and problems, have problems with the drug and alcohol dependency. So when he announced that he wants to build those mental institutions and put, homeless people, those who are confirmed have mental issues in those institutions, the city council called him a fascist. Right. So to keep them on the street and they freeze to death, this is not a fascist. And to keep people with mental issues in the institutions is a fascism.
It's a public health.
That's the world upside down. And the solution is pretty simple. We need to build like small apartments, let's say a size of a hotel room for the homeless. It shouldn't be expensive. To build them in the industrial areas, but with access to the transportation, to have all the social services in those buildings. Let's say help with finding a job, right? Help with getting benefits and stuff like that. And we have resources for that. The city and state has resources for that. There's just no willing to do so. So there is a solution to this. There is a solution to this. And a solution which will save a lot of money. When we're talking about $80,000 a year per homeless person, where homeless people do not get anything for this money, nothing.
And Michael, in 2019, if my memory serves correctly, it was $30,000 per homeless person. Now it's over 80, as you
over 80. That's unbelievable. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw this article in the Post. And the people say that there's no proof, so I cannot prove it to you that the Department of Homeless Services is one of the most corrupted departments in the city. So I cannot say this, but just seeing this number kind of tells you what it is, right?
Okay. We're going to have to follow up on the next show on this issue and a few others, if that's all right. If you want to get in touch with it.
Yeah, I would love to, yes.
If you want to get in touch with Assemblyman Michael Novikov, dial him in Brooklyn at 718-743-4078. Assemblyman Michael Novikov, always a pleasure, always enlightening. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. See you next week.
All right. We'll see you at the next show, too. This has been Assembly Update. I'm Ted Flint.